While us Kingdom Hearts fans are still waiting for more Kingdom Hearts 4 information, I've been going back to the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer and kind of reanalyzing it. Because even though we only have one trailer, I do think this trailer showed some things that warrant some even deeper discussion. Something that I actually haven't discussed super deeply is reaction commands in Kingdom Hearts 4. Reaction commands originally were a somewhat controversial mechanic back in the 2000s when Kingdom Hearts 2 first released. This was widely because reaction commands made the game a lot easier, and a lot of people would coin the phrase triangle to win for Kingdom Hearts 2. As time has went on though, we've gotten many new remixes of Kingdom Hearts 2 and people have experienced the final mix content like critical mode, the data fights, and because of those things, the reaction to this mechanic has changed. The main change being that nowadays it is pretty universally loved and accepted by the community and was very much so missed in Kingdom Hearts 3. While initially situation commands seem to have added a lot of value to Kingdom Hearts 3's gameplay, when people actually played the game, especially if you're not playing on modes like critical mode or level 1, it makes the game probably even easier than reaction commands did in Kingdom Hearts 2. And that's not just a slight at Kingdom Hearts 3, it's just that if you didn't play the game on the hardest difficulty, the game basically gave you these commands for free. Firaza, Blizzaza, Thundaga, attraction flows. The game threw so many mechanics at you at once, and almost all of those mechanics were activated via the triangle button. You could say our reaction command is hitting that subscribe button, as it notifies you of any and all things Kingdom Hearts as we wait for more news on Kingdom Hearts 4. Alright, I know that was a little wild, but I had to take the opportunity, alright? But the difference between reaction and situation commands is that reaction commands took a route that made the combat more immersive. In Kingdom Hearts 2, you could run into any variety of enemies and potentially get a cyclone command from a soldier, or get a dual command from a samurai nobody. And while yes, these options were very strong and often would win you a lot of fights very easily compared to just mashing X, it definitely provided a sense of immersion and uniqueness to every interaction that I think was just very highly valued in Kingdom Hearts 2, and as they kept releasing remixes, people only just grew to like it even more. And not even mentioning a lot of really iconic boss battle reaction commands that many people loved as well. Which brings us to Kingdom Hearts 4, where reaction commands are now seemingly returning. Kingdom Hearts 3 had its own sort of reaction command slash quick time events that it did during the story that a lot of people loved as well. This might be more so what Kingdom Hearts 4 is doing, but a lot of people are just accepting this as reaction commands returning. Personally, I'm super hyped for reaction commands coming back. I think it's going to be a great mechanic in Kingdom Hearts 4. I don't know exactly how they're going to go about doing it. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't as like crazy as it was in Kingdom Hearts 2, where you had a reaction command for like most types of enemies in that game and most bosses too. I think in Kingdom Hearts 4, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just kind of a big thing for bosses, since things are a lot more flashier nowadays. I just feel like doing it on the scale they did it for Kingdom Hearts 2 just might be a lot harder in today's gaming environment compared to how it was back then. I feel like we might still have situation commands as well, like we might still have like Firaza, Blizzaza, those things being situation commands. So we might get a little bit of a mix of both, like getting QTEs for bosses, maybe certain enemy types, and then also having the situation commands on top of it. I think that's a beautiful best of both worlds. Same thing with forms and whatnot as well. I think forms are going to also be situation commands. I think it would just be really nice to see how this mechanic is executed in a modern gaming environment. As far as general gameplay and immersion goes, I think Kingdom Hearts would definitely benefit for having this just as a mechanic period throughout the rest of the games they release, however many we may get. I think mob fights are still really fun in Kingdom Hearts games after Kingdom Hearts 2. I think they just want a route in later games where we got more mobs at once, way more mobs at once, but bigger AoE attacks, so things just felt a lot more flashy and maybe a little bit more satisfying even, because, you know, killing like 100 enemies at once out of like one Thundaza definitely feels pretty nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, Magnet into Thunder in Kingdom Hearts 2 felt really nice as well, just grouping all those enemies up and just destroying them. But in KH3, like when you hit a Rosa, a Thundaza, and you see all those just effects on your screen, even with attraction flow, even though attraction flow gets a lot of crap, it's definitely satisfying. It's definitely dopamine to your brain when you just see so many like items falling on your screen at once because of how many enemies are spawning. But I truly do think there's room for both, where you can have those unique mob fights fight interactions like you do in Kingdom Hearts 2, but also have the satisfaction you get out of killing large groups of enemies in Kingdom Hearts 3 or Dream Drop Distance. I'd say I'm expecting for boss fights for reaction commands to be kind of similar to what we got in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind with the Zigbar boss battle, where you had that really cool reaction command where you kind of just teleported to a different arena and did the whole duel thing. I thought that was really cool. So a mixture of that and what we're seeing with Gigaside here for big bosses, I think would just be sick. Kingdom Hearts is always trying to evolve and change with the times. The series has been through so many different console generations, and this is something that Nomura kind of talked about in the Game Informer interview that he did in 2022, shortly after Kingdom Hearts 4's trailer would release. In a segment in this interview, he gets asked a question about ideas and planning for Kingdom Hearts 4, and in his response, he talks about his thought process when bringing reaction commands back. In Kingdom Hearts 2, we introduced the reaction command system. I felt like fans didn't take to it well, and it wasn't that popular. So in Kingdom Hearts 3, we took that system out, but then fans said, why do you take it out? So now we're considering bringing it back in Kingdom Hearts 4. The challenge is with the action gameplay. It's hard to execute the satisfying action moves when the footing isn't very secure. That's something we're working on and hoping we can realize as an aspect of gameplay in Kingdom Hearts 4. So we've read this before when we covered the Game Informer interview many times, and we talked about how having a good footing for an action game is definitely very important. I think this is something that Kingdom Hearts actually does really well, and is a big reason why I think Kingdom Hearts is usually above a lot of other action games for me. Not even just because of the story or characters or world, but the gameplay even, I think, is just really great because the foundation for the series is done very well. While it can change a little bit from game to game, the way Kingdom Hearts does its bosses, the way it does its mob fights, the way it does progression, I think is something that's very satisfying for many different types of players. For hardcore players who want to level 1 and perfect every boss fight, for casual players who want to just mash X and triangle throughout the game, for people who don't even care about the gameplay and just want to play something as they experience the story. I think Kingdom Hearts does a pretty good job with its foundation of appealing to a wide audience. And even though we argue and debate sometimes on where it should it lean a little more towards difficulty in hardcore players, should it lean a little bit back and be a little easier for casuals, the fact that the series has gone on this long and both of those people are able to participate in that discussion shows that at some point at least, it definitely was doing both very well. Kingdom Hearts 4's gameplay systems are definitely a big thing I'm excited for when it comes to future trailers. I've said before how I do want to see a little bit more of the story, but I don't want to be spoiled and I don't want to repeat a Kingdom Hearts 3 scenario, so even if I don't see any more story, I'd probably be alright with that. But I definitely want to see more world, and I want to see what gameplay systems are implementing, because with each new Kingdom Hearts title, there's usually always a crazy mechanic that comes with it, and when it comes to a number title, there's usually a lot of new mechanics. So even though we talked about a couple of videos ago, we talked about the build mechanic that's at the bottom of the command menu in Kingdom Hearts 4, I have a feeling there's going to be many more new things that game adds. But when Kingdom Hearts adds new things, I think they do a really good job at still making it feel like Kingdom Hearts. I'm super excited for Kingdom Hearts 4 and the contrast they try to strike between situation commands and reaction commands. I'm curious to see how reaction commands are going to feel in this modern era of gaming, and I also want to know what other types of combat changes they might try to make. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love talking about Kingdom Hearts gameplay mechanics because it's definitely a big part of Kingdom Hearts that interests me a lot. I want to make more videos like the combo videos, like these gameplay discussions here. If you're down for more of that, leave a like, comment down below what your thoughts are, and remember to be nice, be safe, and take care everyone.